All right, what is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video. Woo! Before I get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think about this video. We talking Justice Cabaret. I think it's like episode 8, 7. I don't know the number, but y'all gonna see the number on the damn title, okay? So the episode opens off where it left off, and Joseline is picking her winners for the competition where they had to do their own sort of sexy dance. So the girls that she ends up picking Raven, Lexi, Isis, Erica. Now, some of the girlies start to get a little bit emotional, which it always shocks me when they get emotional for a show like this because of the nature of the show. Like, this isn't, American Idol, but it's still a competition experience where it's emotions involved. So I have to keep that in mind when I be seeing them cry because I'd be like, girl, but yeah, I got to keep that in mind. Oh, she ends up saying, "Okay, Danny," and then she says she ended up meaning Drea, and I'm like, "See, this what Danny and Drea, this what y'all get, cause y'all so Siamese twins. Jocelyn can't even tell the difference between you bitches, literally, okay." But eventually, she ended up picking Danny, and then she ended up picking Neek because she said, "I'm gonna add 2 more girls," okay. And then Neek started to get like super super emotional. She starts to cry, and Danny started to make Justin cry. And Justin says, the girlies don't take it seriously, and they don't understand why she's so hard on them. Okay, I said, look at Jocelyn is the new Robin from the Pussycat Dolls. Y'all remember Robin? Okay, Robin was the creator of the contract that ruined Hollywood. Okay, literally. If y'all know, y'all know. All right, so she is the new Robin, and these are her Pussycat Dolls. So this is where the episode takes like an annoying turn. So they hop on the party bus and they're on the way back home. And Neek basically starts to talk about how she is the new OGs and how she's gonna be taking over the real OGs, how the new OGs are gonna be overthrowing the old OGs. So Danny and Drea literally start to turn into thing one and thing two from the Cat in the Hat. Like that's what they remind me of. They start dancing all over, start shaking all over, start screaming all over, just like thing one and thing two in the Cat in the Hat when they just start running around the house and they're not easy to catch. Okay, so Neek started to talk crap to them because she feels as if she could take their spot, and she feels like she'll be able to be a Justice Cabaret and be, I guess, the new OG. I don't really believe that because I could just tell the amount of confidence that Neek has. Not that Danny isn't confident, Andrea isn't confident. I think Danny's a lot more confident than Drea, in my opinion. But the type of confidence that Neek has, Jocelyn gonna take that as being cocky. I could already see that. So I wouldn't think you're gonna be like the new OG. I don't see Neek lasting long in a cabaret. It's only because not because she don't have star quality or she can't dance or nothing. It's only because she gives me the type that would try to overshadow Jocelyn. That would probably try to dance in the middle, and then Jocelyn would be like, "What the fuck you doing, girl? Move over." And then Jocelyn had to push her out her way because she's dancing in the center frame. Like that's the type of impression I get from Neek. Okay, they start going back and forth. Neek is just like, "What's wrong with them?" And they stank too. Look at them. Like Jocelyn never had to tell me to get myself together. Like they just a mess. The whole time Danny and Drayla's like, what you mean? Yeah, we're the new OGs. We the real OGs. We're the real OGs. We're the real OGs. They start hopping up and down like they on a ping pong machine. They going up and down. They twist it around. Y'all already know how Danny do. Danny's just like, yeah, what do you mean? I'm the real OG. Yeah. Danny turned to a straight nigga though when she started getting mad. Shout out to the fine security guard that y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that's in the seat sitting down. If y'all never pay attention, he be in the cut. That's the new security man. Okay. So he was just taking everything and sort of snickering because he found it to be a little bit of a key. So I peeped that. Let's talk about the definition of OG. Oh, gangster. If we really want to be technical, the OGs to me are Raven and Diamond because they've been there since season 3. Although they might not have went on tour last season, they still have came back season 3. season 4, and now season 5. So if you want to be technical, Raven and Diamond are the actual OGs of the season and show, especially Raven. Okay, that's just what I feel. And the reason why I say especially Raven, Diamond was pregnant last season, so it's not like she was gonna really even be able to do anything. Had Raven not got choke slammed to the concrete, she would have been on tour. You get what I'm saying? So if we're gonna be technical, that's really what it was. So the girls are popping out to Anthony's Sisters Club Avenue, and it's like an LGBTQ night. Of course, it's an LGBTQ club. The girls are dancing and stuff. It's Raven for me. Bitch say, I love my LGBTQ. I'm really into voguing right now. I said, okay, Vanessa Hudgens, like, I'm really into voguing right now. I cannot. Child, the girls here gay in a club and they just automatically think voguing in a ball. In a house, okay? House of Cabaret, okay? House of Damelo. That's what I'm gonna name it. I got the title of the episode, House of Damelo. Damelo. Sabagase. All right. If I ever touch down in Houston, I really want to go to that club because it always looks super, super lit. Okay. Child look like they had a ball in in that club. I will say this: when the cabaret girls go out to party, they look like they have a lot more fun than the baddies. They shade. They like they actually enjoy their time and they're actually dancing and actually enjoying the experience. When the baddies go out, it's a whole lot of sizing each other up and down, and rolling of the eyes, grabbing of the mics. It's a lot of that. When the cabaret girls go out, they just shake it tissy, popping tissy, and having a whole lot of fun. So I rather party with the cabaret girls than the baddies, to be honest, because at least I know I'm not gonna get into a squabble in the club or after we leave the club. To be honest, that damn Raven was sweating that pixie cut out. I'm talking about like by the time that Raven left that club, she had a mohawk. Like the girl was just sweating and emphasizing. And y'all know the famous Raven dip that me and Bia was talking about, the drop with the Tootsie Pop is infamous. That is Raven's like cabaret special. So the girls sort of gather and start talking about what happened like the day before. We have the new OGs, aka the new girls, all together in one seat, and then we have the OGs, Raven, Diamond, Danny, Drea, and then also Hennessy is over there talking to them. And to be honest, their excuse, the new girls of saying they said they're the new OGs because they could dance is full of BS. Although I do agree though with what Meek said, because I do think though we've seen some better dancers on the cabaret versus Danny and Drea. Not Drea, but Danny. No shade, Danny. I'm just telling the truth. Okay. I've seen some better dancers on this Justice Cabaret that haven't stayed on the show on the cabaret, to be honest. One of them being Jordan. Y'all remember that white blonde girl? One of them being Riri, that other blonde white girl. Another one being Lexi Blow. Okay. There was another girl, I forget her name. But yeah, there's been a good amount of girls that can actually like dance and pop that, and they haven't stayed on the show. So I do agree with Neek when she says like the loyalty of Danny and Dre is what keeps them around because they're not gonna ever switch up on Jocelyn. So I was like, she didn't lie. I will say that she did not lie because we have seen some better dancers. But y'all using that as an excuse for using the word OG, that's what I call BS on. Nah, baby. Y'all was basically saying we finna take their spot. Okay, and they finna be gone. Y'all was just saying, oh, we're the new OG dancer. It's like, nah, don't try to break it down. Me, it didn't really make sense that explanation. So the OGs, the real OGs, Raven and some of the girls were talking about Neek's attitude, and they feel like she's a diva. No, 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 diva is a female version of a hustler. Stop the track, bust that pussy back. I'm in the cabaret, and you just can't handle that. Okay. That Neek though, she does give me those vibes. Like you can tell she thinks those stink because she is a pretty girl. Like she really is a pretty girl, and she can dance. So I'm not surprised that she's a quote unquote diva. Raven feels as if in order for her to be in a cabaret, she's gonna have to like tone that down, or else it's not gonna work. I hope Neek watched the Vegas season of the Cabaret because she reminds me a little bit of Lollipop. And y'all see what happened to Lollipop. They left her stranded outside the club, naked, banging on the door to get back in the cabaret. They might leave you like that, Neek, if you keep going. Because Lollipop reminded me a lot of her because Lollipop was very confident, you feel me, and thought her didn't stink. But Jocelyn made sure to check her at every time. Y'all remember when she said, "Let me tell you something about you high yellow bones."
Let me tell you something about you high yellow bones.
You feel me? So it's like she might do the same to you, D, which we saw in this episode. She kind of did. And then the episode turns into baddies. Caribbean turns into baddies. Midwest, it just turns into baddies. The bitches just all start to squabble, all in the middle of the living room, just squabbling. So we see Hennessy and Jayla start getting into an argument. It looks like they about to start fighting and stuff. Next thing you know, Jocelyn come down with no eyebrow. Oh my god, Jocelyn comes down with no eyebrows, looking at everybody crazy, like, "What's going on? What's going on?" She start looking around. She's eating her bag of chips, look just like Kim, but just trying to see, what's really the problem with the girlies. So next thing you know, Jayla and Hennessy start to get the thumping. The way Jayla was fighting, the bitch was slap boxing. She said, that's all you kept hearing. I was like, are you slap boxing, Jayla? That's crazy. If you don't ball up them fists, I know something. So they started slap boxing in the middle. Hennessy looked like she was getting the best of her at one point, but then Jayla, that's the thing with these girls. When they fight, you never know who's gonna end up on top because them bitches is flexible. So they be flipping each other around with using each other's legs. They're very acrobatic, especially that Danny. That bitch, I would hate to get in a fight with her because she gonna use them legs to her best advantage. She gonna twist it around your head. She gonna twist it around your arm. She might twist it around your ankles. Next thing you know, you pop your ankle out. Like that's the type of fighting these girlies do. No wonder Natalie would never cast any of these girls because the way that they fight, you have to be a little bit limber. Y'all know the baddies aren't that limber. They drink too much for that. So it's like now I see why Justin will be putting the Cabaret girls on. They start fighting whatever. And to me, at this point, it's giving y'all starting to pick on Hennessy because that whole friendship situation with Rose, it did not, you know, it didn't equate y'all just picking on her as much as y'all doing because it's like at every turn, it's like all these girlies are trying to come for her. Oceans, that's that eye, okay? You feel me? And then now Jayla is giving like y'all trying to press an issue with this girl because y'all threatened by her. All right. So Danny starts to get on Neat because apparently she disrespected Ricardo during the rehearsals. Now I do believe Danny and the rest of the girls because all the girls just can't be lying on you, Neat. Neat kind of gives me the know it all type of vibes. It was just the way that they was sort of ganging up on her that was sort of irritated me because they were doing the utmost for this girl. Like y'all gave her a whole lot of energy. But it is a competition, so I would want the bitch out too, to be honest. Okay, so I wasn't even too mad at it. It just Danny's dramaticness that be irritating me. Like, oh my God. She started dancing around, flipping around, twisting around. I'm like, oh, she started really doing the absolute most in regards to it. Now, Neek, I found you on Instagram, and you gonna have to become real careful, okay? Be real careful. Like Jennifer ex-husband said, because are you trying to start your own cabaret? Joseline gonna get you, girl. Boom, bow. Damelo, sabase, Damelo, sabase, Damelo, Damelo. Okay, this choreography not gonna lie a little better than yours, Ricardo. Anyways, all right. So Ricardo, Jocelyn even called out Ricardo was just like, hey, like, was she being disrespectful? Ricardo couldn't even get a word in edgewise because freaking Neat talked so much. She was interrupting everybody from Raven that was trying to explain to Ricardo. Like she just kept interrupting. And it's to the point Jocelyn got fed up. She was just like, okay, like I'm gonna settle this or whatever. And if y'all don't calm down, everybody gonna be mad. And then Meek was about to say something. She like, shut up. Shut up. Cause you talk too much, bitch. Okay? You talk too much. That's why she want to get on your ass. You know what? You should pack your bags and get them out. If you don't like it, get out my house. Okay? Because the way that you act, your attitude, the way that you are is bad. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are a disrespectful little girl. I was like, listen, I don't know how these girlies let Johnson talk to them like that because I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I don't even like when my mama talked down to me. So a stranger doing it to me irritates my inner being. I don't even talk back to my mom, but they shade. Like she knew that. Like I had a mouth on me. I still got a mouth on me. I don't care. But it's like I'm a big believer in defending yourself because it's like I'm sorry. Like I'm human like you. You're not going down talk me. Like I'm just like a piss poor type of person. Like, she's just like, you are evil and you got an evil eye. I was like, and then they cut the camera and they show Neek giving Johnson like a side eye, like an evil side eye. Chanique said, doo, 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 doo. Okay, with the evil eye. I was like, y'all did not have to zoom in to Neek giving Johnson that evil eye like that because Neek was sort of squinting out her left eye, looking at Johnson all sorts of crazy, giving her the evil eye. Was it kind of warranted for her to get snapped on like that a little bit? Because she does talk a lot. You kind of notice that, like she interrupts people. I have a tendency of doing that, so I'm not one to talk, bitch. I'm working on it. I'm trying to grow, but it's like when you in an environment like that, you do gotta sometimes kind of sit back and watch. But I also feel like some of the girls are intimidated by her because she's pretty, she's beauty. What Johnson said, she's everything that I look for in a cabaret girl. Okay, I feel like they're a little bit intimidated by her, so it has something to do with it. So her being talkative and interruptive and a little bit of a diva doesn't help her at all. Johnson is basically like, okay, you bitches ruined the challenge. Okay, I was supposed to pick 4 ladies for my beauty line. Okay, because now Johnson doing makeup. Okay, so she was supposed to pick 4 of the girls to go with her to the makeup event. Next thing you know, she was just like, but you bitches keep fighting. Like, did you fight her? Did you fight me? Talking to Danny. So Danny's like, yeah, I tried to fight her, but the bitch fast. She quick. Okay, so they start to get into it, and then they start to scrap. When I tell you, Danny, you are wasting your talents at Johnson's Cabaret and you should be a Circus Soleil because the way you was using them legs and you flipped Neek over about 3 times, it went from her losing to you being on top. Her losing to you, her winning to you being on top. Her winning and you being on top. Just off the strength of them legs, that's talent. Now, she still was kind of taking the W with you a lot, but them legs really helped you out. I will say that. No wonder at the Cabaret reunion, you went leg first on Daisy, bitch. Okay? Neek really tried her hardest. She said, beat, beat, beat. Then next thing you know, Danny come with them Quasimodo legs and said, kadoop. And then did a little twist on her legs. She started to beat, 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 beat. They start to go at it. Next thing you know, they sort of separate them, right? So then they go for a second round. And this time, this what irritates me about Danny. She played too much. She played too much. That's the worst type of person to fight. She just played too much. So Nick is really trying to get at her, but she just thinking it's a whole joke. They like sizing each other. They doing the oh son nigga, like they're doing one of those. So then they start to beat. They start boxing. Neek gets on top, right? Next thing you know, Dre comes out of nowhere and sneak. Because Neek at one point was winning. She hits her and starts to run. The bitch ran, but Isis was on that ass. This will have me crying. When I tell you, I never see Dre ran so fast. She said, boop, 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 boop. She started to run like a speed chaser. And in my opinion, I'm like, Drea, why are you running? If she didn't get you then, she was going to get you later. Y'all act like this was the finale. Like Isis was going to get you eventually. You may as well have just fought the bitch. Because she's gonna end up getting you, okay? So it's better now than later. Isis is a snatcher her up after Drea did the dash. Erica ends up joining in, and they start tagging Drea. By the time you know it, Drea's wig is off, and she looked like a whole nigga. I'm like, wow. This episode though was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, it was really entertaining to watch. Like it really was. Okay, but Drea, you weak as hell for doing that. You need to let your girl take a L in peace. Okay, it was a fair one-on-one. She asked for it, she wanted it, and let's not act like she was getting pummeled. Though Neek was on top of her, That first round, that damn Danny was using them legs to her power. Somebody else who tried to jump in was Hennessy. Hennessy, girl, you should have just stayed out of it. I know you team OG, but would they have done the same for you? I think OG not. Okay. So Miss Oceans decides she wants to be Captain Save-A-Ho and get the link back for Neek. So she decides to start squabbling with Hennessy. They start tussling on the floor, to be honest. It looked like a tug of war at one point. Security starts to pull him off, and that's when that damn Hennessy goes for the kill. She knees Oceans in the face. Y'all know Oceans is 8 Mile. She might be a little, apparently she's black. Apparently has that in her family, whatever, but is white skin, whatever. Okay. She ends up getting kneed and her eye bruises immediately. I'm talking about immediately, just black and big purple. Like she looked like Toucan Sam on the Fruit Loops box. Y'all know how Toucan Sam eyes is huge, swole, all over. Okay, you would have thought a mosquito had some fun with her and had a meal on her eyelid. It was horrible. It was deserving though, because that's what you get, Oceans, because you didn't mind your business. You could have literally stayed out of it. That's it. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about and you Caucasian girl, you bruise easily. When you get an eye, it don't even turn black. It just turned purple. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about this episode. Very entertaining, to be honest. Leave your comments down below and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.